Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be sketching some monsters. This is part of a series of videos where I just do quick sketches with some markers and pen and ink just to kind of flesh out ideas and get warmed up for drawing. So in my last video, I was sketching girls and I used references to sketch them. But for this, I'm just drawing from my head. So, which when I look back on it, it was kind of a mistake. I shouldn't be just sketching like this from my head because I tend to draw the same things that I always draw. That's why referencing is so important to get better at drawing. I thought about actually redoing, or not redoing it, but doing another version of this with reference, just so you guys can see the difference. One thing I always fall back on when I'm drawing from my mind is humanoid type creatures. Which, you know, they can be cool and stuff, but they don't have that uniqueness that maybe referencing from an animal book or something like that might have. So this first sketch is kind of just a demon monster. I threw in a foreshortened arm there. You can kind of see how I sketched that out. Just basically giving that marker sketch is just give me kind of an idea of where I want to go with the final pen and ink stuff. As you can see where I just drew the hand, didn't really match up with what I did with the marker, but the pen or the marker stuff is just kind of there for reference. And it helps me, you know, to where I don't get something terribly wrong with the pen and ink sketch. But they're both still, even with the pen and ink that I'm doing here with the black ink, it's still really rough. This isn't meant to be a finished drawing. These are just supposed to flesh out some ideas. And like I said, kind of be a warm-up and practice. So I will say, these sketches aren't my favorite sketches I've ever done. Sometimes, you know, you hear people say, don't post art that you don't particularly like or you're not proud of, but for my channel, I like to post everything just so you guys can see, like, you know, I have off days for sure. I would consider this an off day, although this sketch that I'm doing right here, I actually really liked. So out of the 3 sketches that you'll see, this is the one, and this is kind of where sketching is definitely an advantage, is you go fast, you put out ideas, and you make mistakes, but you make mistakes faster by going fast. And that's what I was taught with design, make mistakes faster, because one of the illustrations that I've done here, which is this one right here, I actually liked, and I could use maybe for future ideas, future concepts. I just feel like it had, this monster right here has personality, it's different, it's creepy, but it's definitely the winner out of all the illustrations that I did during the sketch session. And that just goes to show you, you know, they're not all going to be winners, but if you pull one good illustration out of something, out of a practice session, you can flesh that idea out later and really pull something really cool out of it. So one of the reasons I liked this sketch is, one, the form was kind of cool. I liked that he had weird, like, crab monster legs, but mainly just the form. You know, he's got a kind of a believable weighted body. The legs are creepy, but they're different. All the other illustrations are kind of just weird little humanoid ones. And this is also probably the best drawing anatomically. That last drawing I did, I'd have to say, was pretty terrible. And like I said, they're not from reference or anything like that. So I knew there would be mistakes like that. But I still feel like even without reference, I can do a better job than this. It's just today was kind of an off day for drawing for me. But that's the thing, is the drawings I'll probably do later today on my iPad will be a lot better because I had this practice session. Like in my last video, I talked about how warming up and just getting your brain in that mode to draw is like really helpful in the future drawings you do. You know, having those warm-ups, just like a sport, just like basketball, you get warm-up shot, you get practice time, and it helps you get in that mindset to create or to do a better job, get your body used to it. And drawing is definitely a coordination. So, you know, that practice helps you produce better stuff. So this head, I always try and throw in one head, just a close-up. So when I'm sketching like this, this is terrible. I really didn't like this guy. The mouth turned out horrible. The bone structure, the jaw was too small, all that stuff. This is definitely a throwaway sketch, but it serves its purpose as just a sketch or just a warm-up. And yeah, there's just so much about this that I felt turned out terrible. So one bad thing about this illustration or this sketch right here too is I didn't learn anything from it. This is a head, or something I've done a million times, and I shouldn't say I didn't learn anything, but if I had referenced let's say a monkey head or something like that and then just distorted it in my mind, I could have pulled some stuff out that I hadn't seen before, because this drawing right here is just something that I've seen a million times in my own imagination. And that's why referencing is so important. And anytime I do these videos in the future, I'm just going to try and I'm going to pull up some images, print some pictures out and stuff like that, or work from an animal book or landscape, whatever it is I'm doing. But I learned my lesson from this, in that I really do feel like referencing, especially when you're doing sketch work like this to practice, is key to, adding more things to your visual catalog so that you can pull them up in the future. And like with most of these sketches, I don't feel like I did that. So anyway, yeah, learn from my mistakes, guys. Don't try and reference when you're doing sketches like this, so that you get better at drawing. And like I said, this still serves its purpose as warm-up sketches, but for future videos, I'm definitely going to be working from references, at least most of the time, at least for maybe a couple of the illustrations. I still think working from my imagination and implementing what I've learned without reference and just drawing from imagination is very helpful as well, occasionally, or some of the time. So this last sketch is supposed to be kind of a mosquito guy, and at this point I'm like, this video is what it is. But if I redid each one of these monsters and kind of picked a theme for each one, this mosquito guy, I would definitely reference real mosquitoes, maybe give him a long snout or something like that. And then maybe do a few unique things, like on that crab guy, give him crab pinchers, reference crab images. So, I guess I didn't think things through enough on this video, but like I said before, learn from my mistakes, do it better than me. But anyway, that's the video, you guys. Hope you enjoy these videos. I plan to keep doing these because they help me a lot, and I hope they help you guys see kind of how I sketch. So anyway, if you guys are visiting my channel for the first time, subscribe and share the videos if you liked it, and thanks for watching.